Hello friends, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we have something a little bit different to do and I am super excited to do this with you guys. A sweet follower of mine, Karen, she is Karen Marshall. I think it's Karen.r.marshall over on Instagram. I'll put her handle here. She's also a follower of mine here on YouTube, and she had reached out and told me she would love it if I did a video comparing all the mystery subscriptions that I have. So I thought that was such an incredible idea, and I'm really excited to share all of the mysteries that I'm currently subscribed to with you guys and talk through some of the differences, what I love about each one, why I'm subscribed to 4, like what the differences are that make me want to be subscribed to 4 different mysteries for all these different shops. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through each of the shops that I am subscribed to, talk through their format a little bit, what I really love about it, and then I'm basically going to do, like, I feel like Satie Stickers and Pretty Pink Co. are kind of the most similar of the 4, and then Simple Paper Co. and Graceful Muse are more similar. So I'm gonna kind of do like Sadie Stickers, Pretty Pink Co., compare those, and then Simple Paper, Graceful Muse, and compare those, and then kind of do like a summary at the end of it all. And I'll share some spreads with you guys as well that will show you how I'm using them, just so you can see them in action. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment as I'm going through things. I would love to hear your opinions, if you're subscribed to things, what you love. If you have any questions at all about any of them, I am going to put up on the screen as I go the different options for each shop and the pricing, because I know that is something that people are interested in as well. So I will make sure to put that information on the screen for each shop that I'm going through. If you hear a little like bubble noise, that's the little like notification noise I use when I'm popping something up on the screen. So if you happen to be listening and not watching and you hear the bubble pop up, that's your cue that I am putting all of the subscription information on the screen. So if you want to take a look at that, screenshot it, whatever, I will put that all on there for you. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start looking at these gorgeous collections. Starting with Satie Stickers, this is the subscription that I have been subscribed to for the longest of all of the ones that I have here. I have been subscribed for about 2 years now, I think it is. Doesn't feel like it's been 2 years, but I think it's been 2 years. I subscribed prior to getting on her PR team, and then I am now on her PR team, which is amazing. Alicia is so wonderful, and I'm so thankful to be on her team. I do have a code with her shop. It is Cassie20, and I'll put that on the screen here for you. So you can use that for anything outside of subscriptions. So same is going to go for anything else I talk about PR codes for. PR codes cannot be combined for these monthly bundles because they are already discounted at such a high rate. That would be a lot for them to give us an extra discount on top. So just know that you can use my code for other things, just not for these mysteries, okay? So for Satie Stickers, as far as subscription details, before I dive into the formats and all of that, there is a weekly kit subscription and a decorative kit subscription. So she has 2 options in her shop, depending on if you are more of a traditional vertical kit type of user, or if you're more into the journaling style and like the decorative collections. So the decorative collection does come with this pretty vellum that you see behind here. I'll get into that in a little bit more detail in a minute, but the vellum you're seeing is part of the decorative, not part of the weekly. So for her subscription details, I'll put some information on the screen here as well for you as I'm talking through this, but I'm just going to let you guys know in case you're listening and not looking. I do that too with YouTube videos. So for the weekly, the vertical kit subscription, it is, if you are subscribed so that you get it every month and the charge goes through every month, it is $25, which is a steal. Wait till you see everything that's in here. If you are not sure and you just want to buy it, like you see the mood board, she does post a mood board on her page. I also share it on mine when it's available. It's on the Instagram page, and then it's also on her website. Has a little mood board with kind of like what to expect for that month. You usually kind of see the florals. So if you see the mood board and you're not subscribed and you think, oh man, I really need that month, you can subscribe for just 1 month, or not subscribe, but just pick up 1 month. You don't see it ahead of time still. It's still a mystery, but you can just get 1 month at a time. If you choose to do it for the weekly, it's $33.33 to just pick up the bundle one time. It is still an incredible deal if you do that, but man, if you subscribe every month, it's $25, and that is just, it's just so affordable to me. And then the decorative bundle, this one is $30 if you're subscribed every month, $40 if you pick it up just once. So those are like the monthly subscriptions. Now you can choose to pay ahead of time if you prefer to purchase like a bundle, or if you're like asking somebody to get you a gift, you know, you could do a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month subscription as well, and just pay for it all at once, and then it's prepaid and you just get your decorative or weekly kit every single month, which is amazing. So for the weekly, if you get the 3-month, you basically save 5% on the bundle price, so it would be $71.25. The 6-month would be $135, so you're saving 10%, and the 12-month would be $255, so you're saving 15%. So if you know that you're going to want the weekly kits every single month, the best deal that you could do would be to pay in advance, prepay, the $255. It saves you 15% on the entire bundle. So really great deal there. And then decorative, equally great deal. 3 months for the decorative would be $85.50. 6 months would be $162, and 12 months would be $306. Again, saving 15% on the 12 months. So the best deal is to just prepay for 12 months at a time. So whatever works for you and your budget and your lifestyle and your commitment level, there is an option for you. So I put all that on the screen here for you as we've been talking. Feel free to screenshot any of that if you want, rewind it, screenshot it so you have it, but it is all listed on her website too. So just trying to give you as much comprehensive information as I can while we're walking through these. So let's go ahead and get into the weekly kit first, and then we will go into the decorative. So I'm going to just scoot these out of the way. I did leave my background as just the white background to make it like really blank for you guys to see everything in more, I don't know, I guess you can still see it in detail, but I just feel like sometimes having a white background is helpful. So here is the weekly kit format. I'm not going to like go into the oohing and awing over the actual like florals and deco and all that. I'm going to rephrase this. I'm going to try not to, because I'm always in love with everything, but I do separate videos with the reveal every single month for these mysteries. So if you want to see all of my opinions on the actual artwork, you can watch those videos. I will keep it out of here, so this is not a million hours long. Okay, so format wise, I love her little, like the way she's redone, kind of like her branding, I guess, but it always has the month of the mystery up here, and then each page is numbered with what it is. So this is our full boxes page, which is pretty self-explanatory. On the bottom of those, you do get 4 like kind of midi sized watercolor swatches, boxes, and then they do have a little bit of foil. Page 2 is our boxes page, so you've got a variety of circles, ovals, squares, midi, and then third. Are these third boxes? Yes, third, and then 1 row of quarter. And this is always lightly foiled in the foil color of the kit. So I can go either way on foil on the boxes. Some do and some don't, and I am fine either way, 100%. Either way is great with me. Okay, page 3 of the 4-page kit is our layering page. You always get some sort of deco. You've got your like grid paper here, some little Polaroids. I believe these middles are cut out. Yes, the middles are cut out in here, so you can create your own scenes or leave them in if you want. Some little swatches, and then you've got all these watercolor shapes, more torn notebook paper and grid paper, and then the torn edges. So that is page 3. And then page 4 is the washi page. So of course we have our bottom washi. You've got the thicker and the thinner, so like the 2 different sizes. And then you also have this gorgeous lace pattern. I love this so much. This is split in half, I'm trying to show you. So you've got this really delicate lace, and I love putting those like in between the 2 washis. I think they're so pretty. And then you have a set of dividers that match there, and then 2 more sets of dividers / headers, whatever you want to call them. And generally they have, you know, one of them matches like the foil throughout the kit there. This one's a nice simple one. And then you have your 7 days of the week up here, and they are a nice like thinner one. So if you're somebody who likes to do a lot of date cover deco, they're a good size for that. So that's the 4-page base kit. So there's that. And then as far as the other add-ons that you get in this bundle, you do get the deco. This is page 5. You have usually some bigger florals and then some bigger deco. And then page 6 is our journaling page. So you get 1 set of days of the week. These are all in premium matte as well, in case you're wondering what paper type. The weekly kit only comes in premium matte. So you've got some like papers with paper clips, a little like tape swatch, some arches, some more swooshes, love the postcard and the stamps. I'm a fan. Some little florals, some more edges, but they're bigger, and then some other torn papers as well. And then page 7 is our florals page, and you always get 2 long floral trims, which I'm a fan of, and then all the bouquets and some piecey little like florals and like little sprigs and stuff in there too. So obviously those will vary depending on the flower or the floral that is in the kit that month. And then we also get the alcohol ink swatches. This is page 8. Her sheets now have a good variety of sizes. You have some smaller ones and then some bigger ones. So I feel like this is such a good sheet. Here, let me flip this over. This is on transparent matte, so it can be a little hard to see the color. There you go. Those are so pretty. So this is the alcohol ink. She does not have transparent matte anymore, so please know your alcohol ink swatches will come on washi paper. It's not an option. So let's see. And then lastly, so there's 4 more. And then lastly, we always get a foiled add-on. This is page 9. It's a sampler. And so sometimes it's like long and skinny and has washi strips. Sometimes it's shorter like this and has deco, but it always matches the kit perfectly. Like if you see, these are the cherry blossoms that are on these full boxes. And then if you look closely in here, there's like the little paper boats. Those are also on here. And then the trees, like the trees here. So I love that her foil deco always matches the kit, like the full boxes, so perfectly. It's just a really great addition, and usually I will use the whole sheet when I'm using a kit. So that is the weekly kit. So you do get 9 pages in there. 4 is the weekly kit, and then 5 are your add-ons. So let's look at the decorative next. So our decorative collection, you can choose your paper type. You can choose either premium matte or washi paper. I am a huge fan of washi paper, so when that's an option, that's what I'm getting. So it does come with a vellum every month. So the vellum is usually the florals, just like, you know, large version of them, really pretty. It is an 8.5 by 11 size, so you can cut that down if you're putting it in a planner, tipping it in, whatever you want to do. You could even cut it up into smaller pieces, but it is yours to do whatever you like with. It is a good thick vellum. It's not like a super flimsy thin one, so it's definitely good quality. And then I'm just going to pull this other sticker sheet to show you guys, because this is on washi paper, it is the clear backing, which is my favorite kind of washi paper. I think most shops have transitioned to this at this point, but it is a little bit harder to see the color saturation of things because it's clear. So this first sheet is our flowers. I'm going to go this way. I feel like it fits in the screen better. This one is always more of the individual florals. So you've got individual florals and leaves throughout this whole page. That is one of the things I really love about the her decorative kit, is that we get these individual ones. I'll show you when I start showing you spreads how I use these in my weekly spreads. Yeah, weekly spreads, not the daily spreads. Sometimes I do them in the daily too, but they're really helpful for me in the weekly. So that is the first page. Second page we have is our bouquets. One of the other things I really love about her decorative kits is that they are foiled now. Now that they're on washi paper, you can foil them. Same with the premium matte. So we do have a little sprinkling of foil on the bouquets page. It typically is just this confetti foil. It's nothing, you know, nothing different every month from what I've seen so far, unless she decides to change that up. But we do have our kind of larger bouquets. Page 3 is our elements page. So it's always some deco, which I love. It's kind of, it's not necessarily small, but it's more of like the individual, and it could be different sizes depending on what the decorative elements are for that certain collection. Page 4 is our edges. So again, this one is foiled. These are all of your large floral edges. Sometimes they have some like this that have corners on them, but sometimes it's just like long edges, depending on, again, the floral that is in that collection. Page 5, this is always one of my favorites. This is layered. So she does do different layering elements on here. As you can see, we've got the deco and then the foil elements over it. This one's really cool. It's kind of got like it's got the cherry blossoms, but it also has like the line art behind it. This one here, you can see she's kind of layered a tree along with the mailbox. Oh, look at, she has the little 143. Isn't that I love you? Right? Is that what that is? 143. She's got that on the little post there. So just really cool. She does a lot of like the fun foiling. This is always cool to have like a swatch with some foiling and the scene inside of it. Page 6 is our paper strips. So you get all kinds of different paper strips. There's always some that have the floral in them, and then other ones that just have the colors of the kit. So really great for layering in any kind of spread. Page 7 is our days and dates. This one does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 weeks. And then you have some other little words in here. And then you get one set of date dots. I do miss having more of the blank ones. I'll explain what I do with those in another part of this video, but I do miss those. Okay, this one is our borders. This is another one that's always one of my favorites. This one only has confetti foil, but in some of the past collections, they actually have like foiled deco on here as well. And it's just really cool. It's one of my favorite things about her borders is that she does so many cool layering things in here. And then page 9 is scenes. Sometimes these are big and sometimes they're small. So again, one of my things that I really enjoy about her decorative kits is that it does change up a little bit depending on what she has to work with and what she decides to do for the month. So in this particular month, we got 2 large scenes, which are really gorgeous. Some months they might be smaller. And then this is our box swatch page. So with this page, it generally, let me pull out the weekly kit. Generally, the boxes in here are the same or mirrored. So it looks like this month they're the same. You can see this is the same. This looks like the same up here, just a little more zoomed in. You've got your mailbox scene here and then the tree scene from down here. So you don't have all of the boxes, but I mean, really, you've got most of the scene boxes within the box swatches and the decorative. So you are kind of getting that weekly kit type of feel, but with the decorative kit. And then you get 2 of these longer floral swatches as well. Page 11 is our swashes. So this is the last page of our decorative bundle, and this does have 2 long washy, kind of like brush stroke swashes, and then the 2 short as well. So the decorative bundle comes with 11 pages. I will say I have snuck a peek into my February that I need to film, and there was a foiled add-on in there. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a new change. I'll keep you all posted. If I find out before I post this video, I'll put it on the screen here. But you do get 11 pages plus a vellum for the decorative collection. And then again, for the Satie Stickers weekly collection, sorry, I stole a page out of here so that I could use it for the back. We get the 8 pages plus the foiled, so really 9. So that's all of the details about Satie Stickers. I'm going to go ahead and share the Pretty Pink Co next, and then I'll kind of compare with the 2 of them since they are very similar in style. I'll kind of compare the things that I think make them stand out and why I like having both of them and not just choosing one over the other. The Pretty Pink Co. does have a weekly and a decorative as well, as you can see here. They are very similar as far as the offerings to the Satie Stickers that I just showed you, which is why I want to compare these 2 because they're very similar. So the Pretty Pink Co. weekly and decorative are actually the same price. So if you are wanting to subscribe to one or the other, each one of them is $36.90. If you are doing the recurring, like every month you get charged and it just automatically does that, $36.90. If you are not subscribed and you just see a mood board and are like, oh my gosh, I have to have that, it's $45. So $45 for the weekly, $45 for the decorative. So you can choose to do it that way, or you can choose to just do the monthly subscription and save money, and it's $36.90. The other really cool thing about the Pretty Pink Co. is that she has what she calls the Ultimate Bundle, and the Ultimate Bundle is one subscription where you get both of them, and then you can save a little bit of money that way. So if you do the Ultimate Bundle and you are subscribed to get it every single month, it's $72.90, and then the one-time purchase is $81. So I'll put all of this on the screen as I'm talking here. I'm sure I probably already have by the time I've said this, but I'll put all that information on there for you. She also does have a prepaid option, so you can do 3, 6, or 12 months for the weekly and the decorative separately. Again, same pricing. So the 3-month subscription would be $99, the 6-month would be $189, and the 12-month would be $369. And then for the Ultimate Bundle, if you just want both, 3 months would be $189, 6 months would be $369, and 12 months would be $729. So different ways, again, just like the Satie Stickers, you can choose whatever works for you in your budget and your planning style and subscribe however that works for you, or just pick them up every single month. So lots of options for you. Okay, let's look at the weekly kit and then we'll look at the decorative. So our weekly collection here, this at the top always has the mystery here along with the pretty pinko. This is the full boxes page. Again, self-explanatory. On the bottom, you've got the little like midi box swatches with no foil. Our page 2 is our boxes page, and this is really cool. Her format is a little bit different than other formats I've seen, where she's got these cool like watercolor type of boxes here. You've got ovals, squares, midi boxes, and then quarter and third boxes with just a slight little bit of foil. It's really hard to see, but this is actually light gold. It kind of looks like silver on my screen. Page 3 is kind of like our decorative. You've got, again, these very unique little like brush strokes and watercolor looking things here. You've got some torn papers, and then you have a film strip, which is really cool, and it is cut out in the middle. So you can choose to create a scene in there if you want. And then you've got your torn edges, some deco, and then this fun like Polaroid with a scene in there. Really cool. And then page 4 of the base kit, we have our washi. So you've got your thicker, your thinner, and then this really cool brush stroke swash here. Swash, whatever. And then you have your days of the week. You've got two sets of headers, sorry. You got one that's a little bit more simple in this one, and then some with the cute little petals that match the bottom washi. So that's the 4-page base kit. And then let's talk about all these add-ons. So we do get a full page of florals. So lots of different florals here. Very similar with, you got some individual and some leaves, like just lots of, like you can build your own. I love that on this one, she has these tiny little like trails of florals. Isn't that cool? I just love that. This page here is our deco page. We do get 2 floral washi trims here, and then you get all kinds of gorgeous deco that matches the collection. Oh, this one's just so good, you guys. I know I said I wasn't gonna gush about kids. I just feel like it's so hard. And then we also get Journal Deco 1. So we've got days of the week. We've got more of those really cool like swatches, a stamp that's layered with an alcohol ink, some more torn papers, and then these torn edges. I love these little dots so much. Love those. And then this Polaroid, the middle is cut out as well. So again, you can like create your own scene in here if you'd like, or you can leave it in to just be like a box and write on it. So that is Journal Deco. Journal Deco 2. I feel like sometimes these scenes are a little bit smaller. I could be wrong, but I think sometimes the scenes are smaller, so this may change up a little bit. Love that we have a corner floral on this month. Don't know if that's always there, but I love that. And then you've got some more bouquets and then some individual florals, so she fills in the space really well. And then we do get alcohol ink swatches. These are on transparent matte, which is nice. I do like having the alcohol ink on transparent. I think that's a plus of this one, but I also don't hate them on washi. So I honestly take the decision away from me and just do whatever you're gonna do with it, which is what they do. So I am happy with that. And then the other add-ons that we get in here, this is the sidebar. This is on washi paper, and her washi paper is the clear backing now. It didn't used to be, so if you were maybe subscribed before, you might have seen the like white washi paper, but it is now all the clear, which is my personal favorite. So you get a sidebar that matches the collection. And then this is, I think, a bonus. I feel like this is a bonus. We haven't always gotten this, so maybe it's not though. Maybe this is just part of what you're getting now. It's a full sheet of tearable washi. So you can tear this into whatever shapes you want to add some color to your spread, which is really cool. And then you also always get a foiled sampler, which is just incredible every time. Look at all those foil goodies. So it will be in the foil color that matches the kit. So for the weekly, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 add-ons, 4-page kit. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 pages in here. So I will say the pricing for the Pretty Pinko is a little bit higher. I guess we're going to compare in a minute. So let's do that part in a minute. But you do get a good amount in this for the fact that you're paying a little bit of a higher price. So, okay, let's move on to the decorative, and then I will start comparing because I'm already starting that and I need to hold my horses here. Okay, so decorative, I'm just going to bring in a white piece of paper here. The decorative you can get in transparent matte washi paper or premium matte, so you can get it in any of those. So you do have 3 paper options. Again, me and the washi paper, you know, we have this thing going, so I went with the washi paper. So page 1 of hers is the bouquets. They are listed on the bottom what they are, so let me put it this way. So they are a decent sized bouquet. They're not like super large, but they're not tiny either. Page 2 is our collages. So in this one, we've got this really fun photo with an alcohol ink swatch and some florals, and then this adorable cart with some alcohol ink behind it. So these will vary, again, depending on, you know, the artwork and what she's using that month. I'm trying to find like the best way to keep these in order. Page 3 is our deco. So it says down the bottom here. So just all kinds of gorgeous deco that matches the collection. I love that she's got girls kind of facing different directions. So depending on how you're, you know, orienting things in your planner, you can go either way. This, you guys, this is one of my favorites. I am so glad that she includes corner florals. This is one of my favorite things. They are always like these robust floral corners, and I think they are gorgeous. She also has kind of like some of the line art coming out from behind them, just really good. So that is corners. And then we have our scenes page. So these are very similar to the boxes. Let me pull those out. Her decorative, I'm sorry, is not foiled. So that is something that's a little bit different. And you can see like this is the same here. This actually looks different. This is kind of the same as this little guy here. This is not in there. The phone booth is similar, but not quite the same. And then this looks like another entryway. So that's really cool though, actually, because a lot of these scenes are not the same as the full kit. So if you were getting this on premium matte as well, you could like stretch the kit over more than 1 week, probably 2 or 3 weeks. So that's really cool. And then you can add your own foiled elements on it. You know, you can add your own foiled deco. All right, let's see here. I don't even know, 6. I was like, what number are we on? This is our swatches page. So her swatches page does include some deco on the swatches, which is really fun. I like the variety of that because sometimes when they're all like plain or have things like this, it's like harder to use all of them. Not harder, I guess, but I feel like having these gives you like some different ways to use them. I don't know. I'm just rambling on. Hopefully you know what I'm saying. Stamps and Frames is page 7. I love this page. Her film strip is always really cool, and it's very like organically cut out. So this isn't, it's like kind of kiss cut around this. Let's see if I can do this with my nails here. Can we do it? Here we go. So see how it's very organic shaped. It's not like a full-on square or rectangle, which is cool. You've got a Polaroid, and then you've got some stamps, and then another photo down here. I'm always a fan of the stamps. And then we have torn strips. So pretty similar to the Satie Stickers ones. Pretty Pinko does usually put some sort of like writing or something in them, and I really like that. And you've got a couple floral as well. And then we do get the floral washi sheet. So down the middle, she's used the space really well and put some extra florals in there for us. And then the floral washi is always just like so good, so big. And like, I mean, you could always cut it down if you don't like big, but since I use these for journaling, I really like having the bigger floral washi trims versus the skinny ones. I'll still use the skinny ones. Those are really good when I'm using like large scenes, but I really like having the robust big ones. Okay, page 10 is our washi swatches. So you get 6 swatches, 2 of each kind, and I like the size variety here. I think it's really cool that we get a variety. Page 11 is our days and dates. You get 2 months worth of dates, and then I always get this wrong, you guys, because it goes in order this way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's just four weeks if I'm counting properly here. And then these are always in colors of the collection. And then our last page, page 12, we do have some large scenes. Really gorgeous large scenes. And then this is the bonus sheet. So you usually get a bonus sheet in there. And then this month it is a terrible washi and this gorgeous peachy pink with like the vintage writing behind it. I love that. So the bonus sheet will vary depending on the month, but this month we did get a terrible washi that matches the collection. So that is 12 pages plus a bonus for the decorative. And then for our weekly, you get 12 sheets, including that foiled sampler. So that's the details for the Pretty Pinko for weekly and decorative. Now let me bring back Satie Stickers and just kind of walk through the things that I love about them that are different, that makes me want to have both of them and not just one or the other. So let's look at the weekly kits first, and then we'll look at the decorative side by side. So both of them have really great formats when it comes to the weekly kit. So here's the page 1. Here is page 2. Sorry, I'm fumbling to get these up here. Here's page 2, which is our boxes page. Both of them have a little bit of foil, so very similar as far as formatting and style. Not formatting, because this format is very different in my opinion with the watercolor. I think these are really cool to layer things behind, but both of them have a good variety of like lace, distressed, this kind of like rough edge in the middle, this watercolory look. So they have different like textures, if you will, in their boxes, which is really cool that they both do that. Page 3 is kind of more of like a journaly type of page. Satie Stickers does have more of like the normal, like, I don't know, decorative type of things, whereas I feel like Pretty Pinko has a lot of these kind of smaller elements. So just depending on your planning style, which one of those like works better for you. But I think, you know, they both have some deco, both have some torn edges and some torn papers, and both have foil on this page. Page 4, which is our washi page. Both of them are pretty like normal washi pages with your dates, your headers, and then your whatchamacallit, your washi. This one has 3, this one has 3, but this one does have another additional set of lace headers, whereas the Pretty Pinko, you only have 2 full sets of headers. So if you are a big header / divider fan, or really like that lace, then you might want more of like the Satie Stickers style. If you don't really care, then Pretty Pinko would do just fine. So just depends on your preference there. So that is the base kit. I'm kind of going out of order here because they both go a little bit differently. So florals wise, Satie Stickers does put the washi trims on here, whereas the Pretty Pinko has them on a different sheet, but both of them have a full size floral page here. So you're getting really great florals, either one. And then deco wise, so for the Pretty Pinko deco, this is where you're getting the floral washi trims that weren't on that sheet. So I feel like you still get about the same amount of deco. I think the Pretty Pinko's deco might just be a little bit smaller, but like she still has some really big ones. So either way, like you're still getting a ton. So the fact that this one doesn't have floral kind of gives room for a little bit more, but I feel like the Pretty Pinko does a really good job of packing everything in so that you're still getting a lot of deco even with the floral washi trims on either side. The journal deco page, again, pretty like basic journaly, some slight differences, but some similarities, of course, as well, because it's a journaling page and this is kind of the format, right? Torn papers and different washi, not washi, I'm sorry, like tape and like paintbrush. Again, these are unique, I feel like, on here. And Alicia has these really cool swooshy ones that I love. You get like the tiny florals on here, which I think is cool with Alicia's Satie Stickers, that you get like the little florals, because I think these are great to add to boxes and stuff and just nice to have a size variety. You get torn papers on both. I do really love these little circles. I use these to create kind of like a mood board type of look in some of my spreads. I'll share those after I'm done with all these collections. So yeah, and they both get a set of days. The Pretty Pinko ones are quite a bit larger than Satie Stickers. So depending on the size of your planner and what you're using these in, that could make a difference to you as well. So that is the journal page. And then the Pretty Pinko does have a little bit more. You've got a couple extra sheets here than what you get with Satie Stickers. So I'm gonna just show you this one and then I'll jump back into the comparison, but this is the journal deco page. So you're getting an additional page in the Pretty Pinko, but you are paying more for the Pretty Pinko. So your weekly collection is $36.90 if you're subscribed. Satie Stickers is $25. So if you're somebody who's on a budget, Satie Stickers, you're still getting a good amount. You're really like 4 pages different than the Pretty Pinko, but for a cheaper price. So if pricing is an issue for you, you're getting a huge bang for your buck with Satie Stickers. So that's the journal deco too. Both collections come with alcohol ink swatches. Both of them have a good size variety. Pretty Pinko is in transparent matte and Satie Stickers is in washi. So again, if paper choice makes a difference for you, you don't have a choice, it just comes that way. So you'd get transparent or washi, depending on who you're subscribed to. So that's like the comparison part of that. The Pretty Pink Co. again has the, oh, I'm sorry, we do have a foiled add-on with Satie Stickers. I almost missed it. Goodness gracious, Cassie. Foiled sampler-wise, we have this sheet here. So Pretty Pink Co. sheet is, I think, almost always this bigger size, even if it's just regular deco and not washi, whereas Alicia's is a little bit of a smaller size. Satie Stickers, I keep saying Alicia. This one's a little bit smaller, unless you're getting the washi, but I do think she packs a good amount of foiled deco on there. So again, just depending on your style, if you're somebody who loves pulling in a ton of foil, the Pretty Pink Co. does have a little bit of a bigger sheet there. And then the other additional sheets that the Pretty Pink Co. has that Satie Stickers does not are the Terrible Washi and the Sidebar. So again, you are paying $36.90 for the weekly if you are subscribed every single month, or $45 if you're just buying it one time, whereas Satie Stickers, you're paying $25 or $33.33 if you're picking it up one time. So those are the big things there. I will say, as far as why would you want both, Cassie? Well, first off, variety, right? Because I have more than 1 week in a month, so I can use more than one. But I do think that having more than one weekly collection with the difference or the differences in these two collections is really nice. I do like having some of the washi stuff to bring in and the foiled, but I also have a huge collection of washi papers and alcohol ink swatches and deco that if I don't have it all directly with that kit like I do with the Pretty Pink Co., it gives me an opportunity to bring it in with Satie Stickers. A ton of my foiled collection is from Satie Stickers, and so a lot of times I have foiled elements like these stamps and the little lines. I have those in my collection already, so it's really cool to be able to bring them in. So it's really not a hindrance to me to not have as large of a foiled sheet or to not have the Terrible Washi, because I have plenty that I can bring in that I'm purchased outside of that. So if you're somebody who, you know, is trying to just have to purchase one thing and have every single thing you need, either one of these would work for you depending on your planning style. If you're an extra person like me, you might want the Pretty Pink Co. that has a ton of things. But even if you are extra, like, hello, look at all these things with Satie Stickers. So lots of pros to both of them. I mean, I really can't say like I would choose one over the other. Luckily, I don't have to. I am at a point where I'm able to have both, and I'm super thankful for that. But I hope that having that comparison of the two helps you decide if you're trying to decide which one you might want. Let me show you the decorative and the differences in those and what differences that I really appreciate about each. So we have Satie Stickers, and let me get Pretty Pink Co. Sorry, we're shaking the camera. Okay, let me move these out of the way. First off, with Satie Stickers, we get this gorgeous vellum. So we do not get a vellum with the Pretty Pink Co. That is something that just Satie Stickers does. And if you are somebody who really loves having a vellum to tip in or whatever, that is a huge plus for me. I love getting that every single month. And it's just fun to like pull it out of the envelope and get a little sneak of the florals before I actually see the collections. Okay, so if we're going page by page, one thing about Satie Stickers that I really like I mentioned earlier, is the individual florals, which you don't really have a separate page of in the Pretty Pink Co. I will say she does a good job of bringing them into different pages, like the individual pieces, to take up space. So you do get some. I'd have to go through and count to see if you get like the equivalent of what you're getting with Satie Stickers. But yeah, sizing wise, I mean, these sheets are like pretty much almost exactly the same size. And then you are getting like this bouquet. So this starts off with bouquets. I feel like the format is a little bit different. I might need to put these out of order. Hang on. Okay, so I just put these in somewhat of an order. So the pages are not in the order that they come in for each collection, but I feel like this is an easier way to compare the two of them. So we're going to start back at the beginning. Sorry about that, guys. So bouquets wise, Satie Stickers, like I mentioned earlier, her collections are foiled. I really do love having some foil on my collections. It's not a deal breaker at all for me to not have it, because I can add my own. But I do think it's fun when we get a little bit of foil on there. Also, then I don't have to choose what foil color to put with it because it's chosen for me. So maybe that's the lazy part of me. I don't know. But yeah, either way, I'm good. I really do like having foil. So it's not going to stop me from purchasing the Pretty Pink Co. by any means, but if you are somebody who wants that already on there for you, go with Satie Stickers. If you don't care, you could go either. Okay, so bouquets wise, I do feel like I mentioned earlier, there are some individual bouquets or individual florals on the bouquet page for the Pretty Pink Co., whereas there's not for Satie Stickers. On this particular one especially though, like I don't really know where you would fit them because they're so wispy. but the Pretty Pinko doesn't have that page that I showed you in the beginning with the individual florals, so she kind of needs to put them in here if we're going to get any. So I like that she puts some in there. Okay, torn paper wise, pretty similar. I think Satie stickers are a little bit more delicate. Some of them, like this one's pretty big, but some of them are a little more delicate. Like this is a little bit bigger than this one if you look at them side by side. And the little tape pieces on here are tinier. So a little bit different in the sizing, but you do get two like torn paper edges and then some bigger ones, some floral patterns. So pretty similar. Days and dates. With Pretty Pinko, you get 2 months worth and of the dates, and then 1 month's worth of the days of the week. Sadies Stickers, you get 1 month of the days, and then the 1 month of the date dots. And then you do get some extra words in here that you don't have on the Pretty Pinko. So if you like having like the this month, this week, notes, all of that, those are on the Sadies Stickers one. All right, and then this one, so this is Borders, which is the Satie Stickers, again, has foil. This is called Floral Washi, so you've got the floral washi sheet here, and again, you have some more of those individual florals that you don't have a full sheet of, like you do with Satie Stickers, so it's nice that those are mixed in here. Oh, also, I guess I should have mentioned that. On the Satie Stickers one, you also get like some smaller trims, whereas on the Pretty Pinko, you're just getting your 2 long florals, but again, you have some individuals in the middle. These are the large scenes. Satie Stickers does switch this up, so sometimes you don't have the really large scenes, it just depends. Pretty Pinko, you generally always have a large scene sheet. So she has 3 more rectangular ones, whereas Alicia, Satie Stickers, why do I keep saying Alicia's name? I don't know. I guess because I've met Alicia and she's like a friend, so I feel like it's Alicia's. Anyway, so you've got the 2 larger scenes here. So same sheet size, just 2 really large scenes versus 3 large-ish scenes, right? Okay, deco-wise, we have, again, pretty similar. This one's called Elements, this is called Deco, but essentially the same thing. These are all of our individual deco pieces for that collection. And then for the box swatches, this is called Scenes, this is box swatches. The foil on this just 100% elevates this to me. I am so in love with the foil. It feels like full boxes, so if I didn't do a weekly kit, this would really do it for me. This one, again, I could just add my own foiled elements and then have to choose my foil color, but you can add your own foil to it. So that could be a pro or a con, depending on, you know, if you want to make decisions or if you want it to be made for you. Oh, the other thing, I keep doing that. These have 6 like normal box size kind of ones, whereas this has 4 and then 2 longer swatches. So a little bit different formatting wise. The Pretty Pinko, you get floral corners. I am a huge fan of floral corners. I love this so much. With Alicia, you get edges, which is also a really great thing. So, I mean, yeah, hard to choose, right? I love having both. So the edges for Satie Stickers do have the foil as well. And then you do have a little corner on here this time. So not every month, I don't think, but sometimes you do get a little baby corner. And I kind of like the little baby corners. They're really cute. And they'd be like perfect for one of my weekend days in my planner because it's split. Whereas these are like huge. They have to go on a full size page because they're so big. Here for the big or the small, depending on what I need. Okay, the swatches. This one you have 2 large and 2 small, whereas on this one we get 6 that are all the like washi length, just different widths. And why can't I say that word? Yeah, I'm not gonna try again. Okay, they're skinny and not so skinny, and I really like the size variety there. I do like that you have these smaller ones here. I like that these are a little bit more plain, I will say, because sometimes having the floral can be a little bit overwhelming if I'm trying to like layer it with any scenes or anything over it. So it is nice to have the plain, but it depends again on what you're planning, because sometimes having the floral is really nice too. So yeah, one more reason why I don't choose. I just do both because I can, depending on what I'm feeling, I can just be creative. And it's nice to have different formats because I feel like when you have different formats, you're forced to like think differently when you're planning and not just get in the same monotonous rut. So that's another reason why I have multiple different ones, because the different formats help keep me thinking out of my own box. Okay, the layered versus collages. So in this collages, they are big. I feel like sometimes maybe they're smaller. I don't fully remember, but hers are a little bit bigger, whereas Satie Stickers are like definitely the smaller layered elements. and I really love them. Again, that foil, the layering, like everything on it is so good. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. And I do love a good statement too, but I'm obsessed with that one. Okay, this is where we start getting down different paths of different things in the kits. I mentioned before, the Pretty Pinko does not have a bouquets, but Satie Stickers does. So this is a page that this one doesn't have any like equivalent. And then the Pretty Pinko, we do have a couple more pages in hers. So we have the swatches, which there's really nothing that's like equivalent to that in the Satie Stickers one. But I do like that we get something that's kind of like alcohol ink in here. And then the stamps and frames, we also don't have anything really like that. So this one is more unique to the Pretty Pinko. And then getting a bonus in this collection as well is really cool. Again, that will vary. So this month it's a terrible washi page. So that's the two decorative where you aren't getting a couple of those sheets, but you are getting a vellum with Satie Stickers. So again, pricing for these, in case you're wanting to compare, the Satie Stickers is $30 a month, $40 if you purchase it one time. The Pretty Pinko is $36.90 if you're subscribed, and $45 if you're doing a one-time purchase. So price difference isn't quite as drastic, I don't feel like, with this one as there is with the weekly, but there is definitely a price difference. So keep that in mind depending on, you know, what your priority is. Your priority might be foil over non-foil. It might be pricing over, you know, like maybe pricing doesn't matter. So I'm just here to tell you all the details so you can decide what works best for you. Okay, so that's going to conclude the Satie Stickers and Pretty Pinko mystery comparisons here. So I'm going to now jump into the Graceful Muse and Simple Paper Co. But if you have any questions lingering that maybe I didn't answer, sure I missed something about either of these two subscriptions, feel free to drop me a comment, ask me questions. I will be happy to answer whatever questions you have. So let's move into the next section. So next up, I'm going to compare the Graceful Muse Paperie and Simple Paper Co. I'm going to walk through each of them separately, and then I will do what I just did with Satie Stickers and the Pretty Pinko and bring them back together and kind of walk you through, you know, what similarities they have and what differences and what I love about both of them. So I'm going to go through Simple Paper Co. next. I have also been subscribed to this one for quite some time now. I think almost a year, coming up on a year. And I regret not doing it sooner because I kept missing her mysteries. And like every month I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sign up. And then I didn't. I would forget. So I finally did. And I have not regretted a single month that I have gotten from her. They are absolutely amazing. So for Simple Paper Co., she only has one type of mystery. So it's not various different kinds. Like this is the only mystery on her website. So if you are looking for that, you can choose your paper type. So she has premium matte, she has transparent matte, and then she has what she calls semi-transparent matte, which is washi paper. So I'm sure you can guess what I have in here. I have the washi paper, in case you couldn't guess. So you get the one style. You have about 14 to 15 sheets in each collection. I'm going to walk through those, and it is $40 a month. So I'll make sure to put all this on the screen for you. Her pricing just recently went up. Unfortunately, she had to because everything in this world is expensive right now, and you know, she has been waiting on doing that forever and has not done it, but she did have to raise the price to $40. If you were already subscribed, you were grandfathered into, I think it was $35. I think that's what I get mine for. So if you were already subscribed, don't panic if you missed the memo. You should still be grandfathered into the $35 a month. But if you are looking to sign up now, it would be $40 a month moving forward. So let's talk about this cute little pen. Simple Paper Co. is also a stationery store, so she does make her own stickers, has the monthly mystery, but she carries a ton of amazing stationery items. And I've had the privilege of meeting her a couple times in person now at Galentine's with a Plan. And Lena is her name. She's so sweet. And she just has like the coolest stationery. So if you are interested in stationery items, which like, why would you be here if you weren't, right? But if you're interested in stationery items, you can check her out for like amazing pens and clips and markers and highlighters and all kinds of things. So every once in a while, we get a stationery item as our bonus item. So for February, she gave us this gorgeous purpley pink pen that like perfectly matches these florals, right? I just love how she is so in tune to the details and she matches things so well every time. So really great bonus, this cute little pen, but it will vary depending on what that month is and what she decides to throw in. So it could be stationery, could just be more stickers, here for either. So it comes in this cute little vellum that like sleeve that has a sticker on here with kind of a sneak peek of the florals. And then there is this beautiful month card in here. And so you kind of get another sneak peek. Let me get these out of here. So each month we get a monthly card. So it has the calendar for that month on there and the florals, and it's gorgeous. And let me show you what I have started to do with mine. I finally got a frame, and so sorry, you can see the reflection. So now I put these in this cute little gold frame, and it sits on my desk. So this one was in there last month, and now that it's March that I'm filming this, I have March in here. So I just love that it can sit on my desk and kind of be like a really cute way to decorate my desk. Okay, so that is the card. It's just blank on the back. And then jumping into the stickers, I do, again, pick the washi. So let's pull this here so you can see the colors. So we always get a dates sheet. And one of the things that I love is that she fills this in with all of these little circles, the little date dots without anything on them. So you could either, like if you're using this for 1 week, you could always add a foiled date if you want foil on it. Or you can do what I do and use these as like a little addition to your spread. And I will show you that when I show spreads in a minute. But I think those are really great. And then you also get a month page. So you've got just the name of the month. And then you also have a little calendar surrounded by the florals. And then these are all like little individual or smaller bouquets. This calendar card is like really soft, so the pages want to stick to it. Okay, this is our deco, and one of the things I really love about Simple Paper Co. is the size of her deco. And this, I have heard from some people that this is a reason why you don't want to subscribe, because maybe you want bigger deco. So this could be something if you really want a lot of large stuff. This is maybe not the subscription for you, but I'm going to show you there are some larger elements in here. So I love the smaller deco, and this is one of my biggest like things that I love about her collections is this little deco, but it might not be yours, so it's okay. I'm just here to explain what is in here. Okay, this page is always really cool. She does like some different layering. It is my favorite when she does the florals with like the writing behind it. I love that so much. She always adds like some kind of stamp elements, the like postage stamps and writing. Just always so good, like little tape kind of looking, like washi tape. And then we do have torn paper. She also foils her collections very minimally, but she does foil them, which is always really fun. You do get some torn papers that don't have foil as well. So if you don't want to use foil, she leaves that as an option for you too, which is really cool. She leaves it kind of versatile. Versatile? I don't know. How do you say that word? I'm going to go with versatile. So this page is always one of my favorites, and I know I've said a lot of things are my favorite, but the stamps they were intimidating at first. Like I seriously was so intimidated by a page full of stamps when I first got this collection, and then I started to think about them like full boxes, and it all made sense to me, and so I was able to utilize them in different ways and kind of like tilt them and do fun stuff that I'll share with you in a minute when I share my spreads. But these now are some of my favorite things versus before they were one of my most intimidating things. So I love that I was able to overcome my fear of them and make them one of my favorites. So we always have a variety of scenes and florals, which is great because I'll usually use these together and then I can layer them and do tilted boxes like I would with full boxes with florals and scenes. So it's really cool. And then you also get a larger one on here. And then these are kind of like a medium size. All right, and then this page, we always get a Polaroid that's a little bit bigger, and then these two smaller ones that are stacked. They are stuck together. And then, again, the vintage writing with the florals, just amazing every time, the way she layers things. It is incredible, and I am such a fan of when she does that. Like, I would take a whole sheet of that. I just love it. Okay, and then we get a film strip and some more scenes. And these are kind of like, some of these are in like an alcohol ink. You see that, how it's like very organic shaped. I think that's really fun. And then more layering. We have more deco. So we've got some girls. We don't always get girls, but when we do, she picks like the best ones and I love it. And then you've got some more florals on the deco as well. And then these are more of those alcohol ink kind of scenes. And this is pretty unique, I feel like. I think Graceful Muse does this a little bit too, but I really love the alcohol ink swatch kind of look with a scene inside of it. And Simple Paper Co. does it so beautifully every single time. Always one of my favorites. And then we do get, so this is where we get some of those larger florals where I was saying we do have some larger pieces. We get a larger floral here with some of that foil. So if you do want some larger things, you do get some in the collection. And then we get our days of the week. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 full weeks on here. And then there is like one little thing that says notes. They always have a little highlighted color behind them that matches the collection too. And then last 2 pages are florals. So we do get the large bouquets that have foiling on them. And they are all like bouquets. There are some little individual, but not very many. Usually it's just like straight up bouquets. And then the last page is always more of the individual. They are very large individual florals. So that is the entire collection for Simple Paper Co. Let's see, like I said, I think it's 14 to 15 pages. Let's see how many we got this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we got 14 plus the calendar and then also this gorgeous pen. So it will vary month to month as far as how many sheets. Sometimes the bonus sheet is a sticker sheet, which is also always incredible. So that is Simple Paper Co. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Graceful Muse and then we'll circle back to both of them. Last but not least, we are going to look at Graceful Muse Paperie subscription. This is one of my newer subscriptions and I have been absolutely obsessed since I joined this back in September. I was heavily influenced by Valentina Hudson. I will put her handle on here. She is super sweet. Her and I are both on the PR team now, so I was not. She was hugely influential in, she shared the September mystery and I about fell out of my seat in the car when I saw it and was like, oh my gosh, can I still get this? I am so sad that I missed out. I was able to go get the kit from the extras and then I subscribed and have never looked back. And I, every single month, look forward to getting this subscription. I have seen so many of you on my YouTube page, as I've shared, you guys have also been like, oh my gosh, I've subscribed now too. And I'm so glad that you guys are all loving this as well. So let's walk through what we get in a Graceful Muse Paperie subscription. All right, so she has a ton of options, you guys, so many options. I'm going to put it all on the screen here. I'm going to screenshot, or I did screenshot. I'm going to put it on here. So there'll be a couple after the other. But the different kinds, I think it's 7 different kinds. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 different kinds, forgive me. She has 8 different subscriptions. So depending on how you plan, if you're watching this and like, Cassie, I don't plan anything like you, that's okay. There's an option for you, I promise. So this one that I have is the decorative bundle. So this one is $32 if you pick it up once. So if you see the mood board and want to snag it, it's $32 for one time. If you subscribe, it is $27.20, which when I show you all everything that you get in here, I feel like I'm stealing from her every month. Like I really do. It's incredible. Okay, so that's the decorative bundle and you can choose premium matte like white paper or washi paper. You know I get washi. There is also a weeks deco. So if you are more of a weeks type of planner, like Hobonichi weeks, that is $22 if you buy it one time or $18.70 to sign up. The just scenes, so just the scenes pages, that is on washi paper. It's either $15 one time or $12.75. The decorative sampler, you can choose white or washi. That one is $18 or subscribe and get it for $15.30. The Hobonichi Cousin, if you are a Hobonichi Cousin fan, it is $15 one time or $12.75 a month. Like, what a steal, you guys. Seriously. The Foiled Standard Vertical Kit. So if you are a regular memory planner, you use a vertical kit, there is an option for you. It is either $20 or $17 if you subscribe. $17 for an entire mystery. Like, what? That's insane. Okay, journaling kit add-on. So you can get the add-on. So you can pick more than one subscription, guys. So you can do the journaling kit add-on. It is $9 or $7.65 a month. And then lastly, the decorative sheet add-on, deco sheet add-on, I'm sorry. It is either $5 or $4.25 if you're subscribed. So if you have the deco bundle, you get all those add-ons already. So you don't need to pick those up separate unless you want more. You totally do that. But there's so many different options. So I'll put all that on the screen, or I will have already as I was walking through that. But yeah, tons of options. I am obsessed. Okay. probably going to say that multiple times. Okay, so this is the February collection. As you can see, it says Hello February. So each month we get, let me bolt this out too, a vellum of some type. So we've been getting these foiled vellums this year for January and February, which are amazing. This one is a full 8.5 by 11. I think last month was like an A5. So the size does vary depending on what she's doing, but you can totally cut this down into whatever you want. And then we also get we used to get 2 foiled vellums with the floral, but now we've been getting a paper, which is really cool. And you guys, do you see it is foiled? And her foiling is one of the things that I am head over heels in love with. It is always so amazing. This trace foiling on here, like just what she chooses to do with this is incredible. And it's a double-sided pattern, so there's a pattern on that side as well, which is really cool, right? So you get 2 papers. It may go back to 2 vellums at some point, I don't know, but right now we get like a regular paper and a vellum, which is really cool. I'll leave these in the background. And then we also get, let's see here, this is our freebie this month. So there is a freebie every month. This month it is, this is Premium Matte on a clear backing, you guys. That's interesting. Simple Paper Co. does the same thing, so it must be the same paper type. But this month we have this gorgeous Polaroid stack, a little to-do list, and then all of these words that are foiled. This whole collection is in rose gold. This was February, so it was like, you know, the love collection. So we do always get a journaling card. Sometimes it's like the same pattern as the vellum or floral, or I'm sorry, the paper or vellum, whatever it is. Sometimes it's got that pattern on it. This month we just got the quote for what love means, and then the little heart, super cute. And then it does have like all the thank you for supporting my business information on the back. And then let's dive into these stickers. So every month we get a month sticker with the florals, and they used to just be like a big circle, and now they are kiss cut around the florals, and now they're also foiled, which is amazing. I just love it so much. It's just so dainty and pretty. One thing, let me pull this out, hang on. Okay, so for February, we did not get this sheet. I just pulled out January's to show you. She put a little note on there, so she did let us know that she was not including this because she was having issues, and rather than giving us subpar quality, she chose not to include it. But you can always purchase like these things in her shop. She does have like the months and the chapters and all of that in her shop, so you could totally just go buy those if you wanted to. I'm pretty no, you know, I don't have those. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have these, but I don't. So I will probably do that. I'll probably just pick some up in the shop because I think this is such a wonderful sheet. But you will typically get this. So I did want to just show you January so you know that that'll usually be in there. She moved back to the UK, I believe, from Canada, and had a ton of issues with her machines. Poor Laura, she just was going through it. So totally okay that she left this out, in my opinion, because she has such high standards of quality, whatever, that rather than giving us something that wasn't up to her standards, she chose not to include it, and I can respect that. So that will normally be in the collection, but it's not this time. Let me grab that's coming up. Let me grab a thing here. Okay, I'm going to put a white piece of paper under here because, again, this is in washi paper and it's really hard to see the color saturation. So here is Journaling Kit A, and we get some floral corners. You guys look at the foiling. I hope the camera's picking this up. You've got some gorgeous, like, larger deco, some smaller deco. One of the really big pluses to the Graceful Muse deco bundle, in my opinion, is the fact that you get large and small and medium deco and florals in one collection. So it works for me across various planners and various spreads because sometimes I want big and sometimes I need small. So I can have that all and have it be cohesive in one collection with this. Journaling Kit B is not foiled. So we do have the washi trims. These are cut in half, so they're 2 washi trims. See what I mean by you've got some smaller like scenes and deco here, and like this tiny little film strip. You've got the Polaroids, which are now cut out in the middle. I am a fan. The first one I got, I cut them out myself. So I'm glad I don't have to do that again. And then you have a nice like torn paper. Oh, actually, are these? Oh, they're little like flags and shapes. Okay. Are they all flags? No, there's like little dots. Okay, so this just has a bunch of different little shapes in here. Hopefully I can get this back on here. My goodness, they're so dainty. But see what I mean? Like, look how tiny those are. That's great, right? Okay, so that's Journaling Kit B. And then we have the FTW, which I think is floral trims and washi, is my guess, because you got the floral washi, right? And trims are these little individual flat edge florals, also foiled. I love the torn paper on this with the writing. She does that pretty much every month, I think, and I love it. Okay, illustrations are what send me every time. It sends me completely over the edge, head over heels. So we've got some scenes, and do you guys see, is this picking up the foiling? It is like such perfect foiling, and it's dainty and gorgeous every time. Like, I truly don't know how she does this. And I'm pretty sure I say that every month, but it's gorgeous. She even like foils these little words on here. And then we have illustrations too. Like, look, she foils in the book. Sometimes there's scenes where there's like a picture on the wall and she has foiled something on there. Like, it's incredible. This girl's dress is so lightly, daintily foiled. The window behind her, that lamp, like, incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, this is our washi strips page. So we've got 2 thicker washi strips, 2 thinner, and a foiled. And then this is another one of those like hidden little things here. Let me see if I can pull one up to show you. These are a bunch of little shapes. And these, again, are nice for like smaller planner, or for, like for me, I use them on my weekly. Like, look at this, the weekly section. Isn't that so tiny and cute? So there's a ton of different little shapes in here, torn papers. I wish you could see the cut lines. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that, but there's a bunch of different shapes. So it looks like a big washi strip, but it's really just a bunch of tiny shapes, which is great. You could totally, like, if you wanted to be able to see what they all are, you could just take the extra, like the sides. Let's see if I can do this. You could just pull the whole top off, you know, and then it would show you all the shapes underneath, basically. Like, if I was to take this off, you can see that there's a bunch of shapes in there, right? I just took one off with it, but you know what I mean. You get my drift. If you're like, I don't even know what's on here, how would I use it? Just peel it off and then you'll have it. Okay, and then we also, now this is kind of newer, since January, I think she started doing this, we get large illustrations. So we've got 2 large scenes and then some large floral edges. Like, look at how she foiled the brick. Ugh, I know I said I wasn't going to ooh and ah, but really one of the big things I love about her collections is her foiling. So I'm going to ooh and ah over it and show you. Okay, and then lastly, we have the KD page. I don't know what KD stands for, but it's like all of the florals. And this is where you can see you've got these edges that are a little bit smaller than some of these other like larger ones, right? And then these edges here are smaller, but then you've got like big individual and then smaller bouquets and then these little baby trims and then some leaves. So it's just such a great variety of sizing for these florals on here. So let's see, how many pages is that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, normally 9 with the foiled add-on. Let's just pretend that says February. So 9, 10 with this guy, and then you get a card and a freebie, and then your 2 papers. So you guys, $27 freaking dollars. Like, can you even believe it? After shipping, it cost me like $35, I think. Like, the best $35 I spend every month, I swear, because this is so incredible. So she does have exclusive artwork. You generally are not going to see her artwork or the artwork in these anywhere else, which is another huge bonus to me, is that I'm not getting something that is repetitive. It's not like the same florals and same everything all over where I'm seeing everywhere. It is exclusive to her shop. So amazing price, and it's exclusive, and her foiling is incredible. Cannot say enough good things about this one. So you can see obviously why I'm subscribed to this one. The variety and sizing and the options is also just amazing. There's an option for everybody out there. So that's Graceful Muse. Let me bring Simple Paper Co. back in here so we can kind of talk through similarities, differences with those two. So while I feel like these are the most similar, like if I had to break these up 2 and 2, these would obviously be kind of similar, but I feel like they're so different in so many ways. So you do get a journaling card for each subscription. This one happens to be a calendar every month, which I am a huge fan of. I love it. And then this one does, vary. And here's what I've been doing, you guys. Let me show you. I also bought a big frame. So remember, I got a small frame for the month for Simple Paper Co. And this one isn't in here now, but this I have. This was actually made by Create with Jen Create with Jen, created by Jen. She has a little shop, so I get her 2 pages mixed up. But at Galentine's with a Plan, we all made these little cards and then turned them into Shanice, and then everybody picked a random one, and they were in an envelope so you couldn't see them. And this is the one I got, and I just adore it. It was really pretty with the February in here. So I will usually like tag team, now that I finally got my frames, like this would fit in there, and I could tag team this and this together on my desk in the 2 frames. I need to do something for March because I want something that matches that. My April collection will be here soon from Graceful Muse. So we'll see what matches or doesn't match, but I'll put something in there. But you could totally put your Graceful Muse one in one of these and put your Simple Paper Co in here. So if you're like me and have both, there's an idea for your journaling cards. Put them in some frames and put them on your desk and have it be pretty, right? Okay, so one's a calendar, one's not, but that's great because I don't need 2 calendars. So that's why I have both of these. Okay, and then freebie wise, it will vary. You're not going to get a stationary item like a pen or something from Graceful Muse, at least not that I've seen, because she doesn't sell those in her shop, but you will get, you know, some sort of amazing sticker. So you still get a freebie with each one of these. And then let's see here. This month, I guess would be kind of similar to this, where you get these from Simple Paper Co. and you get a foiled one from here. So this one is just like the calendar. You don't have this, but when you get the foiled sheet, you have, you know, the foiled one. So kind of breaks that even, I guess. It's really hard to compare these two, you guys, because I feel like they're very different. I don't really know what else to compare besides like we have dates and days. But even those, that's the foiled sheet here, and this one's not foiled, so I feel like they're still really different. So it's kind of hard to compare these. Simple Paper Co., it's not foiled, this one is. So there's that. Simple Paper Co., you have a ton of smaller deco. Graceful Muse, you have a variety of sizes. What else can I compare for you guys? I mean, this one, again, like I said, is kind of difficult. Florals, you have kind of like similar, like you've got some that are bigger and some that are smaller. Definitely Graceful Muse has more variety than Simple Paper, but Simple Paper does have some, I feel like, that are a little bit smaller. Like you can see this one has kind of smaller and this one has some larger. So you got a little bit of size variety in her collections. You don't have a ton of large things in Simple Paper Co. You do get the torn papers. They are larger than the little babies that we saw in here. You've got some Polaroids like you do in Graceful Muse. So I guess there's some similarities, but I would say these two are pretty different as far as what I use them for. Like, I mean, I use them all in the same planner, but very different styles, if you're asking me, which you are if you're watching this. Okay, so I don't really know what else to say to compare those two. I feel like this one's a lot harder to compare. Simple Paper Co. is, what did I say, $40 a month. And Graceful Muse Paperie is $27 a month. So if you are looking for a good deal, not that this isn't a good deal, because it is, and I feel like the quality of these is really great. The quality here is also incredible. So either one is amazing. I do feel like $27 a month, like I said, is stealing. Like, it's incredible. So if you are looking for more bang for your buck, Graceful Muse Paperie is going to give you that, because I feel like it's just so affordable. So okay, that's everything for all of the mysteries. Let me take all of this off of here, and I'm going to show you some spreads with how I've used some of these, just so that you guys can see them in action. Again, feel free to drop me questions about Graceful Muse or Simple Paper, or even going back to Pretty Pinko or Satie Stickers. Feel free to ask me about any of those. I also want to point out, I forgot to show you the envelope that the Pretty Pinko comes in. It comes in this gorgeous like paper envelope with a wax seal. The paper is torn and it does have a sticker on the front. I had the Ultimate bundle, so it says Ultimate, but I imagine if you get Weekly or Deco, it'll just say one or the other. But that is the packaging that comes in. Simple Paper Co. typically, like obviously you have that vellum, this vellum sleeve. It usually comes in like a cute little pink envelope, and it has like a little like one of those little ties that, you know, you go around and tie it. My last month didn't, but whenever she puts a stationary item in there like this, typically it doesn't have that because she needs like the bubble mailer. So as far as packaging, and then Graceful Muse and Satie Stickers come in just like a giant, I can show you, just like a giant cardboard mailer. So which is great because it is super protective. So yeah, just want to show you in case you're like curious how they come. I think that's everything that I can tell you about all of these. So let's show you some spreads so you can see them in action. Okay, so I'm going to show you some weekly spreads here. This is Simple Paper Co. And you can see I was able to pull in a lot of these stamps that I told you I love so much. And then I do line them a lot of times with these accents from Panda Bird Design. They are some of my favorites. And you can use my code, just put a little plug in there. It's Cassie15. I do put them all in the description of the video too if you are interested. But these I go through like crazy. I just look at, there's even like just some little single lines. They're amazing. This is one of those little months from Simple Paper Co. where you can put just like in there an alcohol ink scene. And then up here, just some of the deco. This deco is sized so perfectly for, this is a B6. This is Nisha Fernando Journey Planner. So I feel like her deco and her stamps, everything is just perfect for a B6 size planner. I'm sure you could use it in a bigger planner too or smaller. I just really love it for this one. Let me find you. This is another Simple Paper Co. This was one that somebody actually gifted to me. It was an old subscription from a previous year. But again, tiny little deco, torn papers, stamps. This was before I realized I could use those, what are those Panda Bird Design liners, the full box liners. I'm trying to do all of the same kind and then I'll go back. Okay, so this is another Simple Paper Co. weekly. Again, the stamps, lining them with different box liners. Just love them. And this was her foiling on there already with the florals, I think. No, I added, did I add that? Well, I guess I added that. Yeah, I did. Okay, I added those on here. I think those were Satie Stickers. But this is like that postage with the florals. Just so beautiful. Let's see, do I have more? And I think this is my last Simple Paper one that I've done so far. I might have one more. Let's see. This was a fall one, and this was like those Polaroids that I stacked. Again, you can see the deco is just the perfect size. Those individual little florals, small bouquets. Here's another month in here. The gorgeous girls she chooses. And that is the last Simple Paper Co. weekly. Let me share with you some spreads. So here is that gorgeous lemon. This was the June collection last year, and I am so happy with it. I use it for my birthday week. So these are the stamps. I kind of like hung them like a clothesline. That's how I thought of that one. And here's some of her larger florals. So you can see like the size on a B6 page. It's pretty good. She used to have 2 film strips. She doesn't do that anymore, which is fine. I don't necessarily always want to, but this is when we had 2. So I just kind of made it like a mirror. There's another gorgeous girl and this fun little like floral deco. This is the large stamp. I just put it inside of like a frame. And then here's some more of the large foiled floral. And here as well, like an alcohol ink swatch. Those are perfect size for my little weekend boxes. Here is that other one that I have been gifted. There's the stamp. I think this was the first one I had done. I think I went back and did the June one. But this was the first Simple Paper Co. And it wasn't even like a mystery that I had purchased, but I fell in love with it when I used this. I added a ton of foil to this one and I love how that came out. And then see how perfect that deco size is? It's so good. And this one had gingham in it. Oh, just gorgeous. Okay. What other Simple Paper Co.? This is also Simple Paper Co. You can see the stamps I did vertically on this one. And then there's some of those alcohol ink scenes. Polaroid. There's another stamp, another scene, and I mixed some florals with it too. And more of the florals and stamps, and look at the little duckies. Oh my gosh, love them. And then here are more of the scenes, the alcohol ink scenes. That's not what they're called, but that's what I'm gonna call them. And then here's like her torn paper. It's a perfect little size. And then I think I had one more, right? Okay, and then this is the last one. This is probably my favorite. It is like a book theme, a library theme. Look at the library cards. So really cool deco and the florals. This is how I did. So this one I ended up having a monthly page. And so I used that big monthly calendar that comes with it that has the florals around it and just kind of made a big scene. Use some alcohol ink. These are like the large floral edges in her collection. There's more of the deco and the scenes. See like how perfect. It's all amazing. Okay, this, you guys, this was like my favorite. Look at this. Okay, so here's another fun way to use your stamps. I intermingled them with the deco and with some of the scenes. And I just absolutely adore how this came out. It came out so amazing. But do you see how the sizing is so perfect. And then here's the little dots. Oh, I forgot to show you that in this one. I used them here to add, like, I don't know, maybe they're a little awkward in the spread, but I still like them. I just think it's fun to add in like the little dots. So I sprinkled some throughout here as well and then like layered them. And then here's Friday. Got another scene, a large floral, so you can see what that looks like. And then like a library card. Here's some more stamps and more stamps up here, layered with some florals and alcohol ink. So that's Simple Paper Co. in action. Let's see some Sadies Stickers Mystery in action. This is one, but this is like a really old collection, so I don't really count this one much because there wasn't a ton of deco in the very first decorative that came out. So I feel like this doesn't really count. So let's look at a different one. Here is another one. This one I did pretty minimally. But I did use like the floral borders down here, and this was before she foiled her, so this is kind of like a progression of the mystery and how it's gone. But there's one there. Okay, and then this is the last one. I haven't used one recently, it looks like. So this one was her January 2024 collection, so this one's a little bit older as well, and it was not foiled yet, so I don't have any of her foiled ones in action, so I apologize. I will work on getting those up for you all to see. Danny from Danny with a Planny, go check out her Instagram. She has been using them in incredible ways, and I love her spreads with them. So if you're looking for inspiration for more recent mysteries, go check out Danny's page because she's got you there. Oh, this was Simple Paper Co. too. I missed that, didn't I? This was Simple Paper. Okay, let's look at Here is a Satie Stickers mystery. This is on the daily pages. This was when she used to do the florals kind of over the swatch, which was cool too. I like it either way, but this was really kind of fun. And then I added some other florals and some gingham. And then there's like the size of the bouquets on her bouquet sheet. It's kind of like that size generally, depending on your floral. Here's more of like the larger florals here, with like the corners. And then some of the deco. Kind of like the sizing of it. And then here's her floral strips. I really love the size of those. This was, again, before it was borders and actually like foiled. And then here's like the box scenes and some of the large florals. And then some more of the beautiful florals. Again, I feel like the deco has evolved with some of her more newer ones. This one, was this one before or after that? I think this one might have been before that. But again, you have those swatches that have the florals kind of hanging over them. I really love that. And then here's some of the deco, so you can see the sizing of that. And here's another box. I think the boxes are pretty much the same size. And then the big floral, I did add in a bunch of foil. And there's another little scene. And these are really large floral pieces here. Loved those so much. And then this one, I had so much fun with this with all these doilies. Loved that. These are paper trail plans, and their summer collection matched this so perfectly. Here is when we used to have more of those little dots in Satie Stickers. Those matched this kit here, obviously, because they came with it. But I really liked that. Kind of gave it like a little mood board effect with this. And then here's some more of those large florals and then some deco. Here's that Simple Paper Co. one, you guys. I forgot to show you when I was doing that one. Here's some more stamps, and see how the deco is, it's smaller, which I like, but then you have some of these scenes and you can layer it with other things to make it larger. So I do find a way to use the large and the small and to make it fun. Here's another monthly page with the monthly calendar in the middle. I added some terrible washi behind it. And then here is more of the like stamps and floral deco. Or floral, like the layering. And by floral in this one, I mean apples. It was apples. Okay, so that's that. Okay, guys, I know this is awkwardly being like inserted into this video. I realized as I was editing that I do have another Satie Stickers spread here, with a more current decorative format. So I wanted to share this one with you guys too. So this was one of her fall collections, and I am a sucker for orange and blue, so I had to get this one. So this is like the borders that I was talking about, where they have, you see all the leaves in here? That is part of what's in there. And then there's like some writing back here. You can see that gingham. This is all things that she has layered. So it's like she layers the deco and the florals and then puts in the beautiful foiled accents. So these are like one of my favorite things about her decorative collections are these borders. Just love them. Look at, like, there's like the little stamps. So good. And then up here, I did layer my own gingham, plaid, whatever this is, gingham behind this. But here's some of the deco. And again, this foil, I added this and this, but this other foil was already on here. This was a quote from her as well, but not from this collection. And then here's some of like the little tape pieces. There's one there, and I put one here. And then some of like, this is from the regular floral sheet. This is not from the decorative collection. I pulled that off of there, but these I think were from the decorative collection. This one is in, no, this is in washi paper. So maybe these are from, I think these are transparent. No, these are washi. I don't know. Either way, I know this one's transparent because I got that one just from like the regular sheet. So let me pull up the weekly or the daily spreads here. 1 second. Here they are. I can't believe I forgot this one, you guys. This one was so fun to plan with. Okay, so here are her new strips. I cut this one in half. Let me go this way so you can see it better. But these are like the new swatches that I showed you compared to like the old ones that I was showing that had the florals like kind of on the outside of it. These are like the edges, I think maybe these are called. Do you see how they have like all of this is layered together? Like she layered all of this, that foil's all on there. I did put a strip of like torn paper behind here and then this little foiled accent, but all of this, like the gingham and the film strip and then the foil, that's all part of it. Same for this one. I layered this over in alcohol ink. But other than that, these, I think I did add these, but there's like little sprinkle foil. That's just from a bouquet. And then these were bouquets as well. And I added I had to feel it. I added the foil leaves. So yeah, and then added some of her quotes. This one here, the film strip is already layered with all of that foil. I just added this one on the side, but everything else is already on there and layered. So pretty. And then here, like, I just love all the different pieces that she has. So I did a lot of layering on this one, but this was already layered like this. So this little scene here had these on it. And then I did layer in like some florals and alcohol ink. Here's another like edge with some foil, some more deco. God, I love this kit. It's so pretty. How did I forget to show you guys this? This one I also added in like some other pieces, but this was another, like, I love when there's like the layered, it looks like an alcohol ink swatch, but it's like a scene. But this was all layered. All these leaves were already on here. And then the florals were layered on the side here. I just added some other things. So that's that one. And then here we go. Here's some of those full boxes. I call them full boxes, but they're like the box swatches with the foil. Like, how good is that, you guys? And then this is like the long one. I really like how this came out with two of the, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Two of the boxes, and then one of the longer box swatches in between with the florals. And then I did layer some other like terrible washi paper and gingham and stuff behind it. And then here's more of those. I think these are the edges. Sorry guys, I'm like, again, jumping in here to do this, so I'm not like, my brain is in this mode, but I think these are like the edges with the layered and the foil on them. This is another one. They're just so perfect. And then these are some of the deco pieces. So, and I think this was from the collection too. I just layered these, and then this was as well. But perfect size deco. Like, if you look, that deco is perfect for like a half a page, or you can totally make it into a collage. But the deco is amazing in her decorative format. And then these box swatches, love the alcohol ink. And then these borders, you guys, like the borders are just, I love them so much, these things here. So, okay, maybe that, yeah, I was like, maybe that was longer, but no, that was a shorter one. So yeah, okay, I know this is very awkward. I just threw this in the middle. I'm going to jump back into, I think the Pretty Pinko is next, but I just wanted to make sure I showed you guys this one because this is the more current format, and I'm just obsessed. I love it. Okay, on to that. I really only have one Pretty Pinko mystery in here because I I don't actually get her mysteries every month. I do just look at the mood board and pick them up. So it's not because I don't want them by any means. Please don't get me wrong there. It is more so because I have so many things that I get every month, being on so many PR teams, that it's hard for me to use everything. And we're really trying to buy a house right now and save and pay off debt. So I'm trying to be very cautious. If I wasn't doing that, I would 100% just throw everything to the wind and be subscribed because I love them every month. I just am picking and choosing which ones I get at this point. I may bite the bullet and just do it, but I'm really trying hard to be able to buy a house. So stay tuned. I will share with y'all when I do. Okay, here is the Pretty Pink Hoe mystery in the weekly. So this was her very first one. This was her August mystery. So she did have some of those individual florals, and I don't remember if it was a separate page at that point or if these were just mixed in, but she does have, you know, some of these mixed into the pages. Here's that really cool swatch that's still in there. I love that. You've got some of like the boxes. So here's the size of those, and then some of the torn paper and the deco sizing. And let me show you the weekly spread. Here is the weekly. So her stamps are a little bit larger, but I still did kind of like that vertical stamp with some deco look. Her florals, and then the scene. And then see those corner florals, you guys, like look how gorgeous they are. I am such a fan of those, such a fan. And then the large scenes really make a statement on the page. Aren't those amazing? So I don't have as much room to, you know, journal, but that's okay. Maybe I didn't have that much going on that day. And then this, I took this inspiration from Jess from Lustrous Plans. I saw that she did this like vertically, or not vertically, diagonally in a planner, and I thought that was really cool with this. So I did the same thing, and I love how that came out. Here are the really full floral washi. Again, such a fan. And then here's some of the bigger like layered things that she has with like the alcohol ink, but it's like a huge scene. And then this is one of her little swatches, and I just ripped it to make it fit on both of them. And because it's washi paper, it looks kind of like it was meant to be that way. So, and then there's another little like film strip with a floral. This was one of her other layered, like all of this is layered. I just added the foil. Everything else is layered on here. So that's the Pretty Pink Hoe. So I think the last one I have is Graceful Muse. Let me share that with you guys. So first kit for Graceful Muse was September, of course, because this was the first one I bought. So this is what started it all. And so this is the weekly. Do you see how nice and tiny that corner floral is? It's like perfect for this, and the little deco and the little florals. So really, like, look how tiny that is. It's so perfect. And then the little girl, and then the chapter 9 fits so well. She had a banner in this one, small deco. This one here, this is the one I had to cut out the middle, and I put these little pictures from the collection in there. Really pretty. Let me show you the other weekly ones of hers that I've done, and then I think I only have one more weekly. Is it just one? I think so. Yeah, it's just one more. Okay, this is the October, and you guys had orange foil, which I was so intimidated by, but then I fell in absolute love with it. Like, look at it with the gold. Isn't that so pretty? And this one, we had some larger girls, but I just like kind of made it a larger scene here. But you can see, like, I used some of the little bit larger deco, but then some of the smaller pictures here. Use some of the little smaller bouquets. Let me show you all of the daily pages for these, if I can find them. Okay, then this is where I put the Hello September, because this happened to be like right at the beginning of the month, and I thought that was cool. But this is like some of her deco. Again, the floral corner that is like smaller, and one of the bigger scenes. Floral trim, floral corners that are, again, a nice size. Was able to put this in the middle, and then these floral corners aren't so large that I don't have space to write. These are some of the individual florals that I pulled in. This girl here, she already had this writing over her. I just pulled in the alcohol ink swatch beside both of those, and then added like the floral trim underneath. And then up here we've got some of the larger scenes. I like to kind of balance those out. And then I have like the girls, like her legs, and then the girl, and then just use that torn paper washi strip that I love. And then for the weekend, you can see, again, I know I keep talking about these florals, but they're perfect sizing. And then the little torn papers that I was showing you in the collection, those are perfect for the weekends too, because they're nice and tiny. And then one more spread. I feel like it's like show and tell here. Okay, that's the end of it. I feel like these collections flowed so perfectly together. This Simple Paper Co. into this Graceful Muse. So this one was the October collection that I just shared with you. And this has the orange foil on it. Love that girl. This is that torn paper again. This is probably my favorite thing that I did all year in this planner. I don't think I'm going to top this. Between this and the Simple Paper Co. one, they're my two absolute favorites. So very similar to what I did with that one, but I did this in like a larger scale. Didn't leave myself a ton of room to write, but I don't care. It's gorgeous. So these scenes, you know, again, you can use them together, use them separately, whatever. But the florals were a perfect size to frame some of these boxes. And then this floral strip on the bottom is from the collection as well. Friday, used this big one here, and then was able to layer one of the torn papers with this gorgeous scene here, and then some more of the small florals. Because they're that nice smaller size, you can bring them in to like a half page like that, and it's really cool. This was one of the washi strips, and I just tore that to fit in both of those spots. And then we had these two kind of medium-sized decos that I added in. And again, corner florals that are perfect size. So that is how I have used Graceful Muse, how I've used all of those. Really have just, oh, here's another simple paper. I guess I could have shown you guys this. I haven't done the weekly yet. And I haven't done Monday and Tuesday. I went backwards. So here's another Simple Paper Co. that I've brought in. I am still planning in this planner. It's March and I'm still catching up in December, but that's okay. I should be planning, but instead I'm filming. So here we are. But there's more of like how I use the stamps and deco too, which is another like collage. I'm really loving these collages so stinking much. So, so yeah, that's all of the ways that I've used them so far. Stay tuned to my channel. I will share plan with me's. I do have a plan with me for, where is it? This one here. I just recently put this up on my channel, so if you haven't seen that, scroll back and through my videos. It's on there if you want to see kind of my process. I do talk through it a little bit in the beginning and then as I'm going through the plan with me. So yeah, that's all of the spreads and the ways I'm using things. Okay guys, I hope this was a helpful video for you all and that you enjoyed it. If you made it all the way to the end of this, thank you so much. I know it was long. There was a lot to talk through here, but these are some of my favorite things that I get every single month, and so I am excited to talk to you about them. If you have other questions, I know I've said this a couple times, but feel free to ask me questions below. You can also message me on Instagram. My page over there is sweetlikehoney.plans. Feel free to message me. I love hearing from you guys over there that are like, hey, I found you on YouTube and now I found you here. So either way, let's hang out and chat about all the fun stickers and things that we love together. But thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I would be ever so grateful. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.